Dapat ito ay bukas mo para makita mo.
Umuulan na ulit eh. Hindi nakita.
Typhoon sila lahat doon. Dito wala.
Typhoon Goni is going all the way. It's now a Category 5 Super Typhoon. As of 11 a.m. in the Philippines, it was located at 16.3 degrees north, 132.5 degrees east. And it is now a Category 5 on the Saffir-Simpson scale as of our latest satellite analysis. It's got winds of 160 miles per hour, that's 255 kilometers per hour, and a pressure of 927 millibars. The storm has not made that turn towards the west-southwest and is still moving west at 8 miles per hour. It is a Stage 6 on the CDPS scale right now. Looking at Umire, where the storm is forecast to make landfall with winds of 150 miles an hour, we are giving it a Stage 6, which is quite catastrophic given that the storm is forecast to make landfall with winds of 150 miles an hour. This is where the storm is located right now, is with winds of 160 miles an hour, located at 16.3 degrees north, 132.5 degrees east. It is quite a small storm, however, so when it does strike land, its wind field won't be that large, so some areas that are quite usual to seeing tropical cyclone impacts from storms making landfall might not see it as the storm is quite small. Right now, this Category 5 typhoon is located 565 miles away from Cameroon, 644 from Diet, 717 from Baller, 759 from Quezon City, and 766 from Manila. Interestingly, there are no watches or warnings still in effect, given that the storm is still 2 to 3 days from land. This is what we are seeing right now for the rainfall forecast. You can see that really long trail of rainfall leading southwestward into Luzon and then leading towards parts of Vietnam. Vietnam will indeed see this storm eventually. It'll probably be a weak tropical storm when it gets there, however. You can also see Atsani off to the out to sea there a little bit, pushing behind Goni. That might also be a very powerful typhoon pushing towards Luzon next week, so we'll have to watch that very closely. Sea surface temperature will still not be an issue for Goni, given that it's a Category 5 up until its landfall in Luzon. However, they do jump off a cliff once the storm gets into the South China Sea due to upwelling from previous tropical cyclones. So sea surface temperatures not an issue for Goni anytime soon. This is what some of the models are saying track forecast-wise. Some of them have not run yet. GFS running slightly more southwards than the HWRF is, but the general track is pretty certain. We are looking at a landfall in Luzon probably in around 48 hours from now, likely as a super typhoon, so preparations need to be rushing to completion given that the storm is closing in, and preparations should be completed pretty soon. This is what we're looking at for the model runs. You can see models are way off in intensity. Joint Typhoon Warning Center, however, is forecasting a Category 5 intensity storm. It's likely already there, however. Wind shear is forecasted, believe it or not, decrease in a few days, so we may be seeing some additional intensification phase. Relative humidity remains roughly the same, and sea surface temperatures once again will not be an issue for the storm until it passes Luzon. This is how the storm is looking on satellite right now. One word: outstanding. It's got a perfectly circular eye, 12 miles or so in diameter. It's got an eye temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. That is well enough to deserve a Category 5 storm right now on the Saffir-Simpson scale. And this storm is still intensifying. We'll have more on Goni on our satellite, on our outlets as the storm continues to push towards land, and Pagasa should be issuing warnings pretty soon. Stay tuned to our news outlets for the latest on Goni as it pushes towards Luzon.